Hello, beautiful people of Ghana. This is Banahine Specialist Hospital. We are so excited to announce to our people Ghana that we are finally opened and we are accepting patients. At Banahine Specialist Hospital, our extraordinary physicians and nurses are here to provide a high quality medical service to our extraordinary patients. Our services include primary care services, maternal, neonatal, and pediatric services. We also have an in-house pharmacy. We have x-ray and laboratory services available to you. Come to us for all your healthcare needs and you will be happy you did because we believe the health is wealth. Thank you and stay blessed.
Sampadiatia Chimafidi non kotu era one radio Samupe Jumpadiatia Chimafidi non kotu era one radio Oh Ayum Pantima Chimtu Asam Pantima Chimtu Egratumtima Era one Yebo Yumpankuma
Yo, Era One Radio here for Enyimbre Mama Job baby awa bia ye broadcast to Facebook, YouTube and a modern Ghana radio. Enyimbre program ye health is wealth. Wa pomodin hu komodi ebedi mene Dr. Enesopoko Ajimai and line so person offer no bisa question bia na so also ma oche wa adwan number near 2402802633 and as person text it to studio so 510-931-0946 and chepi na mene Dr. Opoko Ajimai share how you can accident to one sem road signs near kusi how bit me prevent accident. And last week, nominate Dr. Poku Bedi Akusu Shiaye. Ye can send a bear, so would that. Fire as a would that. A poster as a would that. Ubit me that wunya pains be our body pains be and I said, or Kwan as a bibisa, and when you come, I said, for those of you who think I'm speaking Spanish or foreign language, I was speaking in our Ghanaian dialect. All I was saying is that I want to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of Health is Wealth and So Protected. I'm in the studio with Dr. Enesopoko Ajimai on the other line. And if you want to call in with a question or suggestion or any knowledge you want to share, it's 2402802633. And the number to text in is 510-931-0946. May I put out this quote that death from old age or uncontrollable disease is inevitable. We are going to go and eventually we will die if the Lord doesn't come early. But then death from accidents, it's often preventable. That's what we're talking about. A few weeks ago, Dr. Ernest and I met on the studio. We discussed how to prevent road accidents, and we lay some emphasis in the Ghanaian sector. We try to broadcast and make sure we are reaching out to our population over there. So tonight we're going to continue in the same vein, but we're going to add auto insurance. I mean, how to go get insurance, how to prevent road accidents, and all that. But then. Before that, I will let Dr. Opoko Ajimai give us some greetings. I mean, if he has any birthday wishes or anything he wants to share with us, I will let him give us, and then we'll continue. All right, Doc. Akwaba.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, a tear for your man, Muna Adjo, say, oh, baby, a dear son. Muna Achins, a dear Chimua. Yes, I'm Mamuna. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. Ne Bishiana Yatua, your conversation on transportation, accidents, and rewards. And that is what Dr. Boyson is going to help me to get through too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Suanity Era One Radio, Empenyini say. Yensuma na motenten yesuma benyasafo Era One Radio yedin sem anumwaye
All right. On behalf of Dr. Ose Tutu, also known as Ostus, and the Era One Management, I want to welcome you to our studio. Thank you for joining us. And go to YouTube or Facebook, join our discussion. If you have any contribution, we'll appreciate it. All right. So we're talking about road accident. We're talking about transportation. Talking about even how to even acquire auto insurance for those of you who don't have it. Let me begin with this introduction that according to the World Health Organization, WHO for short, about 1.25 million people die each year as a result of road traffic crashes. Road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death among people aged between 15 and 29 years. 90% of the world's fatalities on the roads occur in low and middle income countries, Ghana inclusive, even though these countries have approximately 50% of the world's vehicles. So tonight we're going to look at, of course, when we talk about epidemiology, we always want to bring in some numbers. You can't do epi without giving statistics or numbers or causes and effects and disease. So we'll give you some statistics. We'll talk about some stats from Ghana. We'll also talk about the main causes of road accident. We've done a few in the past. We'll look at, and so actually I'll kind of have a dialogue, a discussion with Dr. Ernest. It's not going to be me interviewing or vice versa, but we're going to have a discussion. We'll look at poor nature of our roads. We'll look at carelessness of road users, faulty vehicles, stress, unskilled drivers, inadequate road signs, inefficient MTTU personnel. We'll look at speeding, look at lack of education, look at drunkenness, and gross indiscipline. That is what we're going to look at. So let me start with my stars here, and I'll let Dr. Opoku-Agyeman chime in. The National Road Safety, that is Authority, NRSA for short, says that 1,300 persons were killed in road accidents in Ghana between January 2022 to June 2022. According to the authority, aside from deaths reported, 7,997 people also sustained various degrees of injuries. All right, so a total of 232 deaths were recorded from road crashes in January, as against 244 in January of last year. So at least there was a decrease, which represents 4.92% decrease in deaths recorded within the same period. So if you get a decrease, it's better. The deaths involved 179 males and 53 females, with 34 of them being below the age of 18 and 198 were above 18 years. The Ashanti region recorded 44 deaths, making it the region with the highest number of deaths, followed by the Greater Accra region with 31. All right, so I said earlier on, the contributing factors are listed below. So we're going to walk through that in a jiffy. I don't know whether Dr. Ernest wants to add something before we go through the 11 items that we want to discuss. If you're able to go through all, we'll add the auto insurance. If not, we're not going to rush and we'll continue. So, Doc, do you have any addition, subtraction, or division?
Yeah, I just want to add a few to what you just said. It appears that among the 10 million people who died through accidents, we can be rest assured that this affects the national GDP.
GDP, sure.
And in Ghana, it affects about 2.54% of our GDP.
That's true.
And then it also observed that all the accidents that happened at Ghana, as you said, between January and July, at least every accident that happens, which involve about 50 people who died, who have the accident, 43% possibly might have an injury, and then 8% might be dead people. This was among one of the accidents that even happened in the record that they put in 2020. 2020, at the same period, compared to what you have, the one that we just said, 2020, the same period, about 1,115 accidents happened in Ghana. In a certain, actually didn't define the area that the accident took place, but we got to know that they have about 1,115 casualties involving certain accidents that happened over there in 2020. So the most determining part of this thing is that most of the accidents are not recorded. A few of them that are recorded too, possibly they don't give much details about it because the death rates are sometimes more high. The injuries, we cannot count them because some of them go to the hospital not on the same day, others go after the day, so we don't have the the actual total number of injuries that happened during the accident. With this, let's jump into the series of accidents that they have here. I just want to define this accident so that we'll be able to understand the accident very well. There's accident that occur at the verge of the road. There are accidents that occur at those crossing. There are accidents that occur at those people playing on the road. And then these things are also they give us the places that they go for treatment when the accident happens. And we are told that if you go to the hospital, some of them may not even go to the hospital at all. They go home with the injuries and sometimes die. So that is the actual thing that I can say about the accidents in Ghana. It's very important we talk about these accidents, and also very important to know about those with injuries, what happened to them, especially those who are deformed with these injuries that happened during the accidents. So let's look at it in detail, and we will understand ourselves. All that I'm saying is this. Accident cost Ghana. Type you types car crashes in you tricycles. Last year record chance the highest year call as in accident break. But for some reason the record is not known. We don't know the total number of the tricycles they call across in accident. Nipa do be in a year. Nipa do kupra. We don't have that thing in our data. But we know that tricycles is one of the obstacles not a cause accident, because one of the reasons that you said almost driver they don't care about where they are driving, whether in the middle of the road, or the side of the road, or crossing the road without even looking at both sides without going, or when people are walking by the edge of the road now, before they are when they are knocked down by those tricycles. Those things, so we have no record about it. But observational views tells us that they are the causes of crashes, pedestrian crashes during crossing the road or standing by the road, and the cause of deaths in our country. With this, we are going to look at it from the perspective of when the person actually had an accident. What is next? When they send the person to the hospital and he's discharged, now what happens? Is there anything that the drivers or the insurance do to them or the government have for them? No, we don't have that kind of thing there. So if the person is very poor and he's going to live in a place without getting anybody to help him or help her, that is between him and his God. So we are going to look this into details and see how we can talk about it for the government to take note of this thing. Possibly if there's a way for them to compensate them during accidents, we'll also get to know, we'll finish it up here in our discussions. So I will leave here for my partner, Dr. Boyson. Speaker, not good anyway. We are going to speak and let you know.
Okay, Doc Medasi, say what my initial introduction. Well, what can the effects of after accident? What happens? We'll get there in the different. I think it's the beginning. You perceive go to the grassroots. You share some of the preventive measures. No can see because you to me take care of initial stages now. It's not something we have to worry about or spend too much money on them. In the points number raised here, say well. A dos kakra and a time I want to so extra. Into be a bit grabbing 2 by 2. And then from then, because to me hammer on these points, let's say preventable, it will go a long way to help us. Because Mekai's article be I'm reading from one of Ghana for by Honorable Amidu Chinia, MP, or make it very salient point as to the preventive aspect of all these road accidents are. So almost me adhere to and which will really, really help. Yeah, by way of summary, young boss, the nature of our roads, we should be able to say airplane now. Airplane now, we say traffic be anywhere, tower control for like so. Time also say American Airlines 2718 time also say we to none me so we say shape also move or no also and nomination so hardly so benya traffic and I say worry about the nature of the air waves and I say but when it comes to roads potholes ne signs that you obey and kwan bi o ha ya castle kwan bi o ya nka so ni nyina basa all list ntie. Let's look at the poor nature of our roads and then the carelessness of our road users. Yeah, the two ye the bebom near share. What is it that we can do? Because it looks as if the infrastructure in some countries leaves much to be desired. What can we do? I mean, or what can we comment? Then there's a about the nature of the roads, because I also will put a understatement. I mean, it leaves so much to be desired that if we don't take good care of those, it's going to be a problem. Because if you share a journey, what villages which have to move from the hinterlands to the cities now, without good roads, it's bad.
Yeah, I think what's more can very important. In a sense, unya kwanya and unya car, kwan papa and unya car a befaso a beche.
Okay.
So and a kwan papa lusuno, and ya kwana said the house said the tradasa. So a kwan not say we are said the kind of so the lines me not true to him. He said, and no so can be. So, Obi Baby Trum, not a quino, what about saying, can you hold it for me 1 minute?
Okay.
Kosua na ti era one radio empenyini say yensoma na motenten yesoma banyasafo era one radio yedin nsem anomuaye ebrem.
Well, welcome back to our broadcast tonight. We are broadcasting on the Health is Wealth Protect It program. What we're saying is that if you have good health, you have wealth. The ability to take care of your body, your health, is what is going to guarantee whether you're going to live long or whether you're going to be a pauper or a rich person. Because can you imagine how many people spend that much money taking care of themselves? All right, so I think Dr. Nelson Pokadin was trying to adjust himself, positioning himself well on the camera, so he had to take a quick break. But I think he's back, so we'll continue from where we left off. All right.
They are four women. They are beautiful with brains. They are eloquent, decent, wise, and experienced. You have heard many, the funny. Now, it's time to hear the experience and the brainy. Meet Selena, Dorcas, Gifty, and Annette as they present the real in common getting. In common biaye says chain. The asentakre no assume the real in common getting. Showing live this and every Sunday, 7 p.m. on Era One Radio on Facebook and on YouTube, Era One Radio and on Taibo channel. Kaise, so we see the real in common getting ya. What brabon tete? We nyan konkonsa. We the real in common getting.
Okay, Doc, we're ready.
Okay. I'm saying near can be different traffic road. Road long say okay no. Yeah, you show quota. Anna the Yagusu quota as a cranswa, you found line beyond to toss.
Okay.
And intino Anna ye crum so, and him say, ye beyond Yana a quan for crooning finfi. Anna as a chronocra quino at the baby, a baby sit down at the city. Particularly near a jack crana, a jana near their back one. And intino a drew baby and now. Commercial cars movement, na enipa na hase na omo cross kwan. Abra traffic light bi anso nsi ho no. Enti no ba bia kwan bia da traffic light nsi ho na yewo da edwan finfi ana edwa no eda side no. Aslen na sisi ho ye crashes bebree ekunkum eno kwa de ekum ni papa yi titru nkwala eno nti no de yedi kan aka no sa particular rules na de dedida kumu a edwane wonchen ni edanchen no etombe bi nso a na traffic anasa highway bi na the school baby a school si school in chen sa na ekwan da enti nkwala no besene twemu akọ school ya no so yasam kese pa ma o enti eno so sa bia no ka etimi bo nkwala bebre o enti no ka no asema ye ka no ne kwa na ye sema ye ka no se kwa no kra ye na na se kwa no mfuturo baby ye sisi meeting places are collective people be ekofa ho no a higher risk kese pa. You may be surprised as I mean, I should and see be fancy on quite. Say, I cry no be trim or roll coin no. It be a no crabby pushing a managing our and son rock. But I crowd to a car no, I will baby about will limit distance about opposite to communicate trim. And you know, for some reason, in the middle of the road, Naka na hitting Nakarano. And a Penubica will trim my own fish a bit man 19 term. I'm a car no Everton. Any baban who should not can. Now, I dare back how can managing say or say respect of the drivers. So young drivers they don't even respect pedestrians. So I'm to care more pedestrian just they see them as simply as animals be a mutual. They don't even care about them. Now the car na hit you. And line na make one some na skipping kaka line na is showing one some na twam e hu hie because line na at the home yellow line that obi obedru obi abagina ahwe left and right and san wako. So land be anyone now in the home side not yes economy. No so one we are not can no akono ko down. Enti no say ye tikam na ye cross baby any peshia as see slow down as much as 15 to 20 miles per hour. So that be a bit my control braking. And na baby a community areas be a can so efa hono no yes see down over brain say nipa na ma bontin so mo na ma bontin Udu on as I said, we slow down a minimum of 25 miles per hour. Now, Abuama, so be a PF in the field of the Tremor, waiting up break again. And a time on so a carbon nipa yahu a numere. Because you have me a season a mile night, 12 hours, night a day, 12 hours. And to know your night follow from 5:30, 4:30 on a coast slows. Into do best 6 to 7 on mana imuna to the and most of the time, obi driving, obi in from naso driving the background shot at the fufu. It's very difficult to identify the person. Okay. And you know, your car table bobo in comfort Saudi. The trusting nice you say, obi also now one of them said no abono nam kwem. Ono no obi a one say on nam kwem oba benya onti. And catch one tumika. Enti no wa slow down na o mani twem kwa better. So wo ba no na wo ba no hwe no say you see ba no ntimi da. Wo tika no hu very far. Enti wo tuobo na wagina say wo ko slow aka di wachi na be ko slow. Wo gina omum di wachi ni be gina. Na mama na twem boko no ko. Na oni so wako penadu na adi. So wabo no ko fie na ko du fie. Na say wo ko kiki a wo de bobo no akunu ama amfaso bi ama so. Wo ankunu so bi na ko buni ne. And I work with them the 9 back one. Not what's saying, bro. Packing. You're quite a bit brave. One my shed that and you're packing with him. I send this seat tafo. I'm saying last year, Muhon. Schoolboy, I know what school our poor Gina Kwan. Na ubi a free, I'm saying Pankro, no area or taxi, ni be no ba. Na, motorbike media is my English. Na, a planager na car no farms. The 9 year no yam. Now, the Arahus themselves some fan or didn't share kind of boot. Oh, and I was what in the hospital. So I didn't call yes, one for uncle be a room you could see. And your information be a whom the Akrano like. Since Akrano, may a likely say on bear and put it in the young. Yes, Akora when you're bare 10 years now. Well, we're still alive. Post our banner. And put it in school babono because all conocran higher than na yes trying na yaka. Oh, intino driving the be all I say it me a home by. Say the bay accident ma yen kan ye wo dam ko wo de kopem pem no ma nemu de wo krum kwa na ye pese twuma de isusu sia. Kromo nipa ne benye beja ye kromo nipa no doso om nyina so person ba bonten at the same time. No person ko dwuma at the same time. E dey enim se bia enema nse besen sense na mo hwe bia bi de se Kumasi Accra Takwa de secondary sunyane Tamala omon free crossing na every day in and day out om ba kromo. I remember say studies bia me in Ghana 1993 on. On average people along Kumasi a day no only about 30% of the Kumasi inhabitants. And they come in numbers and a car bia so a young man could be specific. And then my chronomo to me congested. And so my home kwama any pan flu in your papa. Because the baby now broken any pan in the 50. And you know, car bia no, and as a motor be back now on the 50 and Nakushia. Now I cannot own no abon. And I'm to be to me for Vivinos Jacob on for her, but I think now your factor can see a day accident every. And you know, yeah, Casino, yeah, Kaka no, would the line so. Now we're in the line so. Now we're in lines, no more copper pa. Faster than the beyond. And I only remuno so, on big jazz and remuna, and also a better prevent accident because we remuno and you pay room car room back on the back of Shia. I must say, Gibiano. I didn't talk about Doc, my information is enough trunk months.
Oh, okay. So the Doc made us I'm saying points no what can almost was summarizing in here. The American say be to say 40 vehicles a bit more and pay maintenance yet. Payment. So if you say be a or then the car back shop ma. Yeah, because you could change oil. Yeah, share what ties here rotate because God, we got multiple say it is a tire rotation. Your hand can say a tire rotation. Overcome a time, you're rotating for me and name the BDH chain, a chain, there could be a no be honor or faka because on time, yes, regular maintenance. Oh, yeah, no, said that low, said that middle. Omonchen tuka na meko essays because my master says me essays name to me edin sika ben na mishminya binti omonhwe how 40 the car is your master near the co and on skill drivers so another time thing we says me the work can drivers be obi on no mate planking no die into one shed and driving school and who the actual meanings of road signs because obi okwa o share the diamond e yikra o so me the master do be twema say onima de kunti assemble na e dey abohat and say be obedu curve mu never kase be a slow down from be a 50 to 15 ohun adekoko anti speed no de ba no eno an no de be kwa abun se na car na eden bunchi an se be kana sama sorty and road signs and the work can be brave because we just have to understand those and a lack of education is very important. What can drunkenness no obi o ha also maybe chakakra na continue echa we chakakra wan ka sa wodi wani ha ne kokra no hu so na efu asan ko chakakra kan because me say Ghana pro obi ka se me ko chakakra no ne o keke bia che na ase but sa won keke bi nche wa ase na say o de ko drive there say nipa na okokumo and one other factor mechanic gross indiscipline road rage. In fact unim say obi betimi account entokwa master we just let it go for a minute it saves so much life and energy obi because Ghana so mean say aboa ne sebe kwase and o kan de bia we cross we actually o maami unye o maami o tini be odwene ho na ye no waka kwan o maami na say ko nyen kosi hwe na we aka we na we buafu we di we achi obeche so sa so person o say yes ne maami ba no nyen kosi hwe obi kan sometimes I na ya but let it go. This one of these things very important. So yanka say to me control mo enka be boan yen pa and because of time I know said doc who say we can be about insurance but me first point here honorable Amidu raise here and me say yen call ni be omanka be tie empanifo ni bi anka bobo because Amidu can be to say we need to do more to enforce road traffic laws on seat belt, drinking or drink driving, speeding, motorcycle helmet and reckless driving. I mean motor no chinekwa no on helmet I mean almost a helmet and police no who's because on cash or no chinus no. Then the motor traffic unit and transport department must also ensure that the traffic laws are enforced. You can wait the last time you meet here and traffic laws they are not there for design. And you just say, oh share no admire, they all mean something. Red means something. And we work so na me pentem obi kan asem so o pese do adwuma ntem a nka wo fifie ntem nti won twen last minute de bia America chere so o pese do ntem a fifie ntem won twen aka be 10-15 minutes so ko meeting no na wa fifie ensa no wo si kwan so wo di America wo hu red kwa na wo twem oh yellow I say get ready to stop kwa wo mai kwa na wo na mu asa na man kitin etumi eye de eboy nyina enti e time na endorse but na me pese you can't be about insurance, no. I don't know how many people even bother about a waste of money and then me times me could claim me sanka. Of course, we can argue say that is also true. Because say mutua time also so claim is can be insurance for so says. But let me read this article here. So the Ghanaian law stipulates in the Motor Third Party Act of 1958 that all vehicle owners must have cover that provides unlimited bodily injury and death compensation to third parties such as occupants, fare-paying passengers, and pedestrians. And now, breaking insurance, no, simply, young quarter cost, so the private car owners, the least form of insurance cover, as required by law, the third-party insurance is expected to cost Ghana cedis, no, 471 per annum. Taxis and trucks are expected to pay about 576 and 586 respectively. In the car insurance, now normal insurance, no, you have liability, you have the collision insurance, you have comprehensive. Liability in there protects you if you cause damage to somebody. And a collision about what hit you be and as a moving object, but comprehensive no. And no covering in our say one casa car now say when can passengers no who can win in a bonacas passer who choose to one or because okay, liability be a cheaper, but in the long run, so when your problem be a who wants to say now well make a right choice. Comprehensive is the best you want to do. Although it costs a little bit more. Into doc, so now we can be about be a prana, what the hospital and percent we'll come back to revisit those to help us. I know so now what information and episode my home.
Yeah, na me penka data be an person ka me hu na me de elaborate say but my me san ka me you know the metime akan say old work be am here na experience say almost about nipa be 30% accident we see on bring casualties. One more hospital now, or more classification. And I'm saying classification be on more classification, more minor injury, or more fatal injuries, and no more fatal cases. More the more that be a dead day, no more. More very major injuries. Be on my deformity. Whatever happens, will bring a kind of deformity. On the minor ones, we teach you on so. Now, all these people know almost 82 and now should go on mom because they did not have anything. And you know, for a year, they go to die. The physical fear now, akunya, very serious. You have to come back. When you come back, they don't classify it as an accident. They classify it as a work if you give in a higher offer. But history, historically, meaning say, okay, what time came in that way? It doesn't come in. It comes in the history of the doctor now or here one. Into never baby on a play role was insurance for will not even cover that one. Into like what you were saying, I think that there's a problem the system it needs to be corrected. One of them they say, I think we have talked about this in one time. Also your major cars a commercial cars. Your mini buses, your taxis, your larger buses are among now, one more car, one more charge for only transport. One more charge for only transport. Traveling you from the source now free echo the end of your journey. They don't charge them on insurance, But what I know is the distance between from Kumasi to Accra to Cape Coast to Sunyani, Cape Coast to Tamale, Cape Coast to Wa, Cape Coast to other places, it's saying what track more. Your charges transport fee say about 100 cedis, an insurance of about 2 cedis should be attached to it. So now acquire 102 cedis. Then you pay insurance to cover Ukana Utimun. They say what call rental car Ukruma. They say what call rental car Ukruma here. We are doing insurance to one not insurance not a cover or more the also a cover the but Ghana no if I understand it very well last time any insurance need be a casa and so can say the people pay only for their transport and you know say there's nothing covering them. Collision be bad, there's nothing covering them. The omu and as prepare all the costs the government on the pay. And you know, acquire something difficult. Say, can the government bear all these things? Cost economy. And no can be in any panel prepare. One more in bibia in free. But since you bet me, I'm making a kind of resolution you have here. And the government should sit down and probably work some percentage beer or to every transportation beer so not ever taking care of insurances and in case of accident now I chimia buang any pan.
Doc, Dr. Osisa can be about mindset. Into which it is a Ghanaian population, the P80 insurance, not as the way I work and say it should be a part of the system. Because, like you said, now, when insurance for police stop what first thing, YD card and also identification. Next thing, you insurance documents. When you start to near man, you are in trouble.
What can further away? And your Kromukra and police for Nokrata, a show Sadia no. Oh, so called register or car now. Insurance no ultimate register or car.
That's true.
So,
into when you more, I think we need education in that aspect because when say Ghana, so they will introduce BBR and Kwafu fight the reasons. Because you when we then be the insurance point I don't know how effective they are. I really say ben ya obia or ye juma or insurance company Ghana power bet me about programs now. Why explaining to details on more operational because it looks as if insurance is not really a part of the fabric of the society. But almost taking it serious because it is not the vehicular aspect they take care of insurance. It's like, when you ask them the one customer or family entry too. It's not something we really emphasize, which I think is very important. Say, for passengers who have to understand. Demanded from driver and say, driver, insurance policy were here for. What is my take? And I say, it is not something that has been drummed into the ears of the populace. I think there should be education, even if it has to be taken by the MPs. Parliament, some of them. I think they should hold town halls and educate the people. Some of these things they only hear from social media. But I think, say, if you're an MP, you should be organizing town halls for your people. Get a place at least 100 people no benya. If you're able to capture 100 people and disseminate information, almost some come back. And I think it's relevant. Say, so who MP7 your constituent, you should be able to get some of this information because and then we are going to tackle this year. Call Parliament when you discuss here. We are also bringing it down to you. I don't think they do them. See, educational aspect is very important. People need to understand the insurance because I won't find hundi. You will suffer. You will be to the day you die.
Yeah. What's my thing? One education. The point to plan out the buyer. Yeah, Buama, you Timmy Kamom City. So, who can say 3 types of insurances: collision,
liability
and comprehensive. And you specifically to the driver and the car.
Okay.
So it's also liability to concern the car. Then you help the person to get it done.
Okay.
Collision, so the same thing. Collision by your nipa car and some by your camera. And a total so also there and nipa car on by your mouth. And now one casa insurance so back insurance no throw bibia so say personal injury deba injury no na a third person there no e bi o man na ndi ho kura o mfa mamo nti o use scan free ho and nti no again no against say ye kum no ye fat car near the ko ba bia person ko unlike this person obi are using the private car so commercial car now, when we use no commercial car, you pay a huge money. I know so involved insurance account. So who currently bus now the baby? They say let's bus no your juice car, your juice be about $1,000. It be $200 na that's no. Be insurance because my multi will be pra. You are going to look for the insurance.
That's
so
true.
yes, you come no. Ufri kumase kwa nkanya. Oko tracker en ma. Uto ticket no be 52 cedis na. And one no. Insurance be anka ho enti nipa no betra ka nim nyina wo mokọ no wo mo nyame na do mokọ so do ba ko du asomdwum se bibisi wo mokọ amsisi ana wo mo enihwi wo ni bibia wo ni driver ni bibia because wo ni driver no anani insurance wo ni bibia enti na what I'm trying to draw our attention here and say it is possible sir the parliament in Ghana should discuss this issue sir driving passengers any commercial cars no insurance no should work some modalities here. That modalities no should be part of the fair na womutrian. For some reason, if any accident should happen, those people no the insurance will take care of them. Not and free government no the coffers.
That's true.
Because your trust na so one team come out with a total amount of money a government not spending on accidents. They have not, because the cost of people are the cost of people many accident care hospital. I think the data is not available.
Okay.
If it is no problem, the iceberg of the issue. And you know, the government to me, and no more trust, no more share insurance scheme. No more say, okay, this is what is happening here. And you know, your car, one for car, for the pattern. I will come to no insurance scheme. We say no more transfer. So transfer 2 cities in a city, 2 cities. Maybe I might 2 cities, 20%. The 20% goes straight to the insurance. And so insurance, they do years be normal. As you mean by scan accumulates. I won't find you because the BCA, once the fatality here is brutal. The costs are very high. And in the scan accumulation, that's not where anybody should look at. It's only that they have to audit it and make sure that it's there. That's the accident this year. Because he hasn't listened and yet simple accidents. Accident we have seen the other saying and I say Ubinya huge injury.
Deformities, yeah.
Minor wasn't there. It doesn't happen over there. And you know,
but in terms, I know that we talked about education. Apart from that, would you say that there is confidence in the passengers or populace towards the insurance company? Because I'm not paying insurance because I don't have confidence in the system. BBC, they are not going to compensate me or do anything because one main insurance or USA, which is actually for military people, normal families. No, at the end of every year, no, what happens is that say insurance and and what they pay back to their clients and I say members, no, their bubble should be members. No. Can you imagine?
Wow.
They call it subscribers fee or something. And say the whole year USA incurred, claims near there for instance be $10,000. And incur drivers near you see and almost be at 20,000. They take the difference, 20 minus 30, 10 they spread it over all members. Into a while, this year, $20 because of this. It's not that much, but it makes you appreciate the fact that what your insurance, my insurance, you make your profit and was and you have the confidence in the system. But then I don't think that it's going to work that way. Passengers and not drivers no money confidence in the insurance companies. Okay, I want to register, I want to have you as my insurance company, the BBC or my even homes a home insurance. So back to our car insurance, it's very important because the driver's name is okay, me accident, the insurance company is going to increase my premium. On person be to extra premium, be careful. Into the destination or at the back of the mind, say, apart from say life is pressure, I don't want to kill anybody. No? I also have my insurance to deal with because if I mess up, they will increase my premium. But I don't think say that system really pertinent. And make us say you'll be able to per year and really appreciate it because the system has to work.
Yeah. There was a time you'll be an adjoining now I think that he was talking around what I just said.
Okay.
What the primary thing what's my very significant here is a premium increase now can happen. One more crowd could you so we share Ghanaian population and more drivers no more. Will be on my driver for many years when tree insurance. It's a policy for you.
Exactly.
So now education should probably go through licensing of accreditation of license. If the person is told at the license office where they are issuing the license to him, and a baby of Mokoto car, so they are told about the insurance involving with the car now. I best thinking more than say come outside these two places. Because what it is, they say, my driver, command the license, no insurance. This is what is going to happen to you. And I can't watch on work with insurance. This is what is happening, which I think they can't look or try and quickly no insurance short time. Yeah, 6
Okay.
months insurance. But they don't even give you education about all that they need. So you need 6 months insurance. The guy me coffee, me come, they call insurance, almost 6 months insurance. Until I'm standing for 1 year. But over 2 years, na me coffee no. Until me call, just a message processor. So me call no man processor. That's me man just me call me do come my tips and I will drive. So, but
Yeah.
I'll do that at my own risk. And you know, when I go home now, I have to go there and then change it. Now I'm selling this idea to the whole diaspora Ghanaians and any foreigners I'm Ghana say, when you go there, when you go to Ghana, please insist to get insurance on any car that you are using. Even if you have an old car in the country, you know, you have licensed the car and the insurance is there. That please go and renew it. Don't hide behind the scene by giving tips to people and drive through the city. When you kill somebody, you kill the person without helping the person. When you knock somebody down, you will knock the person without getting any resources to help that person. And you know, so outside this country now, yes, so okay, making sure that all other things you have done it. Set an example for the people there to see you, so that they can imitate it from you and continue that kind of system program in their system.
But maybe it's a funny question. Because wako Ghana now, be a police, I stop on a be or check your documents, be a wash your ID card, now then be on whatever he wants to check out. Which me I'll go ahead because the police no one checking me send me insurance and is that possible?
I thought maybe I was say in a funny way, no. I think say I did be possible or I am not young because I shed the name. So also police for your work. A police there were different types of police people. So there were road safety, there was CID, there were way. If you know what no more, one more echo general woman yet that field. Maybe another more compumsi can be na aji go mbotum no mako koma fa kon bisu akopɛ baby hide am this guy. That's different thing. But so when you road MTV for one more left and right now. They go there, they will ask you, show us your roadworthy, show us your insurance, and show us your driving registration. So they will probably have to put you aside. Sometimes one more amount ticket be said, let it be said, come to court. Sometimes they will call near the summons abroad. Sanka Hana no mama tickets be a court, but Hono. Maybe no come de baho, but they buy now so original and petty them. I can't also like a 4 times. The people you know the 2 about creative phone. Yeah, pet idea, a me live well. Yeah, pet. Oh, I did be a beboa or mangana magana live well. We stand against the particularly the opposition parties. They act without even looking at the consequences of idea no son ABC boy in that. But so almost on the banner, they will use it. So, Mijiri said, what we probably have to let the Ghanaian community, parliamentarians, say, yes, so any issue here, or discussing the parliament, almost feel say it is a good thing that will help the country. They have to come together and work it out. Since one more because when a debenti, yampini, when a debenti, yampini, so Obia, yes, happen now, one mamodia ma, won't show maturity. Na money dey na dey beboa oman no emra na next time he will learn sense from it. So you know bibi dey say near king na no enye say bipartisan rules be on by FR rules on insurance, so it should be bipartisan. It shouldn't be a single party to discuss this thing.
Awesome. And one what can it has to be bipartisan. The various parties here, parties say 2 or 3, they all have to agree. There are some things that you can't say there is a gray area. Say a red, a blue, and it's all our safety. So we've been talking about we went back on prevention of road accidents, vehicular accidents, that it all begins from each of us individuals. Whether you are the one in the driver's seat driving the car, it depends on you. It depends on you. And I also I'll cut a car and one case I will need a private car, walk off a trotro and I say a VIP bus and whatever it is. It's also your responsibility. So here's the driver a do zone be actual 70 miles per hour. That's on number 120. Please be bold and tell the driver, open talk will make you sales. but our lives are important. We have to stand up and make sure the laws are working. Laws normally go on, and yes, it's a fancy, they are all for our good. Who say red sign was a stop? Stop. What's a car? As a driver now stop. Hey, massa, you were supposed to stop. Obia and Kafia or Bekoswaye. So be a business office, it's okay, no be and Kafia, so it's normal. So let me continue doing so. That's what Dr. Ernest and I discussed. We looked at some of the preventive areas. Obey these traffic signs. Make sure your car is in good shape. So when you be that, please, after cars need be one person will maintenance every 3,000 miles, 5,000 miles. Please go and do the checkup. For one day, so when they mean yes, master, me for car no comment, me a car no, the carburetor, you're okay, the battery level, you're okay, transmission, you're okay. So anyway, one take it one day and check out. When a man a car ne durego, so not just say, whole chop money and as it says, no losing ya. So sometimes it's good to use a day to take care of some things than say for almost a year now won't a stage in time they say saves 9 and while the iron is hot strike it then you take care of those things. And we looked at insurance. Dr. Pukwajima, the reason why some people don't even want to get it. I know we discussed liability, collision, and comprehensive. They are very important. Who driver who assume you so my car is insured. It is so many they pay me. Some of them will be farming home. You will be paid. I mean, I have collected insurance, which at times when make us say insurance is kind of they are fixing my car and insurance I meet here for the year. And it's very important because you will never realize the importance until something happens to you. Bid the car bow and once a year, send insurance and meet here. Sometimes it's painful to pay, but it's worth it. Doc, so baby or young camper, Chafaka wrap it up now so.
Yeah, they're tossing back they bought Dr. Voice and can see and once you are not yet tough funny pabri guya car.
Overload.
Mamma yen overload. Near my the good came once and a lipa cotton monosma. Yan coaching. Who he has a massa because as NBC as animal book and with me paper nipa de paper. Yakasang insurance, your tracker more, your baby, a bin my and into so Dr. Boss can no baby or con to be an occupant in the young that. What that drivers no be come another. And there's a wing a ya vigilant your shirt driver now or driver. You say your life in a yako tracker and my yet too. Your life in nationalism. And to see I'm very good names we are there, also better. Say the Dr. Boss and can do baby no Ginana or pay be no Nasa or tracker and mamma and cacano. Because Wakon couldn't be minute.
I so.
50%. I'm to
answer.
They're just beyond say, yes, Ghana government. Say, in Karabeya, it's a transport. Car no insure drivers no, any car nan casano. Yeah, a partner came more, it's a commercial came, working some modalities be mine. Na se enka kura driver na o kaka no yem on ton my insurance no on ton my se me ko track na e bi as 2 cedi am say okay me dem beton metro insurance 2 cedis ato me pedia so na se BBC a me timi no onye receipt na anya well checked because we say obi go church obi ana obi agi nkofo sikedi and what track no ma onim say ono de wa insure no no chicken and this BBC a that's the name of the baby. Insurance now, or modern ticket now, he has the right to go there. And I need a compensation that will help me to survive. Now, make my yes, some modalities be into home. Now, driver commercial cars should own that thing. Should own that thing. Now, Abuama confident about your tracker. Now, my cacano, kind of confident be say more because
that's true.
We're more up from dialogue with the government and the insurance and the passenger. Yeah, and sir, asking so that despite the account road as in a maybe a team movie, but the account road as in the afar and our pedestrians and drivers yes more respect on said more motica nachi hormone because we'll be a numb from service and you hear no numb from it be another so numb from Koyana and teach you in Kwala school. Mama, when you come, ukuma kwala ba kuma work the a whole nation town. Because unim ya krana be ya me dache.
That's true.
That's a kuna disika and that's how the car could be name no opportunity what destroy the nation. And yes, Rama, one mokaka, particularly one moka taxing, and a molo, I'm a friend of Moyo, three cycle a Inusono. One mom was strict, almost strict a rules. Because I don't see a rider on a tricycle, no, there's no rule at all.
Aboboya.
Strict rule. Now, Omuntimi and rider, young someone in front of the mom strict rule, Omuntimi rider, then Silabaya, or Master and Subetina, Bois Ama, will be a numb from Bianso. Amen.
A word to the wise is not only in the north, it's in the south, east, and west. You have only one life to live. Monkeypox next week and I change the COVID now. This year wouldn't say a course and essence and because yare bobo ni panime wa wuntumi em prevent eno de dey a so wan hwe when didi and be say yare bebo and so wuntumi enkasa usi ne kwan but bibi say road accident is na me preventable no there. It's in our hands. Sometimes we have control. If you have driver o hwe no be the bebo you can't control, but nia wa obetumi no say bia we are stress take a break and relax. So when one that 2 more, when you be 1 or 2 hours spend the previous night now we call commercial banker, please, it's not advisable. And they say, we'll spare drive upon the back. So, Jack, drive kakana minya rest kaka is important. What bread when yanda, please. What's the car? No one's driver, no, you only too much. Catch it, now you have bread. Mount take a break. Yes, sir. You better catch yourself. Gone too soon. You don't want to see those praise. Gone too soon. Now, Dr. Kakano, next week again will come your way with health is wealth. Protect the show. And so, on behalf of Dr. Osetutu, our studio manager, the Era One team, headed by Dr. Poko Ajima. Thank you for making this broadcast what it is. Go back to Facebook, YouTube, and pull out the transcript and listen to whatever we discussed. There are so many transcripts of recorded videos, programs that we have hosted on YouTube or Facebook. Please go and listen. If you don't have the app, go to Google Store, Play Store, download the Era One app, and anytime we are live, which is 24/7, you will hear us. Thank you. Have a good evening, and take care of your health because it's your worth. Thanks, Doc. The best night here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
I'm